Hello everybody, my name is Arians. Welcome to another one of my philosophical videos. In this video, I will be sharing with you not just a philosophy of mine, but also some a teaching that comes from a more higher level of spiritual learning. Okay, please take what I say in good graces, and hopefully you'll be able to use them as you ought to be able to use them in your life, so that you may have a better or more in-depth understanding of your life and your purpose involved in it. All right, so there's one thing you need to know that since 2012, certain shifts had taken place in parallel realities on the physical plane. Okay, and the fairly new directions of these energies bring about different forms of information. Okay, there are many different levels of consciousness, but in this video I'm going to focus on the 9 that I know of the most. Some are relevant to this physical reality. Others are connected through a more intimate way, if you will. So, if it's one thing you need to know that your mind now has the ability to, and in fact does, send signals to these 9 levels of consciousness in return for information on how this reality will manifest, to keep it quite simple. All right, so let's get started. So you got your 9 levels of consciousness, and in your 9 levels of consciousness you have at the top and I'm going to go down the list from the higher to the lower. So at the top you have what's known as the oversoul, which is 7th density. Okay, and your oversoul is what consists of soul, spirit, perspective. All right. Underneath your oversoul, underneath 7th density, you have 6th density, which is your individual soul. Okay, and your individual soul is your soul, spirit, reality. Okay, and your soul on that level of 6th density, your soul would be pre-incarnation, and your spirit will be post-incarnation. Okay. Now also keep in mind that the 6th, 5th, and 4th levels of density are also what's called quasi-physical. So they're like the not so physical realms that one's consciousness would dwell in. Okay. Underneath the individual soul, you have what is known as the higher mind, which is your 5th level density. And your higher mind is the portion of consciousness where it is a parallel reality, a physical reality experience. It is parallel reality, a physical reality experience. Keep that in mind. Now, your 4th level of density is known as the template reality. Okay, and it is the blueprint on physical reality. So it basically has a shift of different templates in order for it that allow your consciousness to dwell. Well, and as I go down, you'll begin to understand what I mean by that. Okay, let's see. Then underneath that underneath that we go into what's called the 3rd level, or the higher 3rd density, which comprises of 2 forms of consciousness. One is the collective automatic mind, and underneath the collective automatic mind is the individual automatic mind. Now, the collective automatic mind is a bunch of agreements about rules that applied to the physical reality and how it operates. Okay? Then the individual automatic mind are the individual themes of your life. Okay? Now, underneath the individual automatic mind, we're going now into the lower level density, the third density, which basically focuses on ego and behavior. And at the top of the lower level density, the third level density, you have what's called your unconscious physical mind. And your unconscious physical mind is a portion of consciousness where it focuses mostly on beliefs. Okay? And underneath that, we have next the subconscious physical mind. And your subconscious physical mind is your emotions. Underneath that, at the very bottom, we have what is called the conscious physical mind. And your conscious physical mind, which is pretty much self-explanatory, is the area that focuses or dwells on your thoughts. Okay? So those are the 9 levels of consciousness, and I gave you some brief but precise descriptions on what they are, from highest to lowest. But if I had to bring it into a more modern term, or modern example rather, I would say that your oversoul, your soul spirit perspective, let's let me use this example. We'll use video games as an example, because video games are in high demand. Most people can relate to them in some form or fashion. So let's say that your oversoul decides that in its individual soul, it wants to become a video game character. Okay? And then when it comes past your individual soul into your higher mind then in turn conceives the actual game that is going to be played. Okay? And then underneath your higher mind, your template reality creates the game template. Okay, so that would be like the template, the format. All right. After your template reality, we have the collective automatic mind, which is the portion of consciousness that makes the rules for how the game is going to be played. And then the individual automatic mind is the portion of consciousness that sets the rules for the video game character. Okay? Stay with me. And then after that, we have the last 3 levels of consciousness, where you have the unconscious physical mind, which is your beliefs. Then you have the subconscious physical mind, which is your emotions. And then you have the conscious physical mind, which is your thoughts. And in those levels, that is where the game is, the physical game is being played. So once you get past the lower portion of the higher third density, which is the individual automatic mind, then the last 3 planes where ego and behavior dwell is where the game is played. So you have your beliefs, your emotions, and your thoughts. And that's where the game is played. But the game is played by the higher mind. Okay? These 9 levels of consciousness are extremely important. And I hope that I was precise. I used the most simple vocabulary I could use in describing this, because it's really not a subject of simple vocabulary, but I did my best to do so. I hope you found this video helpful. Keep in mind that these 9 levels of consciousness are very important. Please go over them so that you can also use them in your path of expanding your spiritual genosis, your spiritual knowledge. Thank you for watching this video. Please leave comments in the below section. And if you would like to show support, please do so by visiting the links in the description. Thank you and have a blessed day.